It starts at 9:45 this morning in Jemison Owens Auditorium. We're excited. We're looking to have good turnout from our local high schools, the county and the city schools, and to include Wilcox. We're expected to have probably about 400 in addition to good participation from those who are in our community. This is not just for students, uh, although the name said Black Student Leadership Summit. It is in general a leadership summit. So we're asking for parents. If you're not working today, if you have an hour or two that you can come out and be with us, I can assure you that you will be inspired by some of the things that you get to be engaged in. Uh, our keynote speaker for both days is going to be Dr. Dominica McBride. She's from Chicago, Illinois, and she's written a book on becoming, and she's going to be sharing some things. But more than that, she's going to be hosting the keynote address and a workshop. So I'm just excited today. I woke up excited about it. And this is for the entire community. Again, I want this stress. Don't let the name deter you. It is for the entire community. So parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, you are invited to come, and we would love to have you. So come to the gymnasium. There will be breakout sessions following the main keynote address. It's where you'll be able to dialogue and be able to be more closely connected to the presenter. So we will have a lot of other things for you to do as well.
So let's back up a little bit, and can you tell us what created the need for this leadership summit, and what is it all about? What are you hoping to do?
The theme of our leadership summit is creating appropriate servant leaders from our community for our community, from our community for our community. And the purpose is to help to strengthen, to heal, to help those who are from our community, those children who are coming up, our adults who are already in the community, to heal and to be able to lift our communities in terms by way of strengthening one another, so that we can have a strong, healthy, vibrant community right here in Selma and surrounding areas. And so this is the beginning of an effort. We are believing that will help strengthen us both academically and socially. And so it's something that we are investing in, and we're hoping that this will be the beginning of a continuous process, Randy, not just a one-day thing. So rather than just having a convention or a conference where everybody gets inspired,
go home, huh?
Yeah, we are having a summit so that we can have some close dialogue, and so that we can hopefully continue the process throughout the coming months.
This is no stranger to you. I mean, this is something that really some university has been doing since its inception now.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. The university was founded to be able to educate preachers and teachers for the purpose of helping others going back into their community, lifting the people in their congregations, their communities, establishing schools, teaching people the things that they need, inspiring them to have self-sufficient communities, and we did it, and we did it very well. Not just Selma University, but the African American community back in those days.
You know, people don't know, and this is what it used to disturb me. It doesn't disturb me anymore because, I'm fortunate. I'm in a position to tell the narrative
Yes.
from our perspective. And one of the things that's not said enough, and I'm sure you're familiar, at one point, Selma was considered the education mecca nationally for Black America. We had Selma University, uh, Payne was here, and then Alabama Lutheran came in.
Yes.
Although they no longer exist, and neither does Concordia. And ironically, uh, uh, the doomsday word was on Selma University.
Absolutely.
And Concordia, with all that money, the Lutheran Church has access to those first. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, I think that's why a lot of people maybe even get offended when I say this. And I tell them, I said, well, I don't know what, if they're not reading the 7 principles of Kwanzaa that I'm reading, one of them talks about independence and being self-sufficient, as you just noted. And we can't do that without a Selma University.
Absolutely. You said so much, and nobody is going to love you and care the way you do yourself. And when we have our own, and we're working to strengthen our own, then we don't depend on other people as much. And so I don't know all the ramifications that happen with Concordia. I worked there for a while, but I do know that the decision was not in the hand of the local people.
Well, and that's my point.
So we didn't have the opportunity to say, no, we're going to fight, we're going to keep this open. People much higher up than we did make the decisions to close the schools.
And ironically, the woman that started Alabama Lutheran out of from Wilcox County,
Yes,
middle of nowhere.
yes.
You know what I mean? She didn't ask anybody's permission. She did what she had to do.
That's exactly right.
And being independent shouldn't be viewed, I don't believe, as being threatening to any other group. You know what I mean? In fact, this country should praise historically Black colleges and universities that are trying to minimize being burdensome.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Now you also you've been getting some pretty good support here recently, financially.
Yes, sir.
How's the renovations going on the campus?
The renovations are going well. The Lord has blessed us tremendously. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to be done with the renovations to our cafeteria. It's going to be very beautiful. Right? I'd love to invite you to come over and just look around and take a few pictures.
I'm coming for lunch.
Come for lunch, Randy. We're working on some initiatives that may open lunch to the community. We're working on that. So we'll just keep that. We'll just keep that on our hat for now and see how God leads us. But the cafeteria is looking great. We're going to a cover that allows us to have a patio as part of the cafeteria, and you'll be able to sit out if you want to, rather than sit inside all the time. And it has been let out. It's something you'll get a chance to see. We'll make the announcement when it's open for the community.
It's been reimagined.
Yes, it's been reimagined, and we thank God for that with new furniture as well. We're grant from Home Depot, and many other things are going on campus, Randy. We are hoping that in April, I know it seems a long way away, but time goes quickly. April, we have an open house, and there are quite a few renovations that have taken place on the campus, and we're going to be inviting the community to come in and to see the work on campus.
What about the roofs? I know you've got several roofs that were damaged.
Yes.
Another gymnasium. Look like is it Foster Hall?
Yes.
There's something that happened to the little piece of the roof.
Yes. So the gymnasium has been totally the roof has been totally replaced, and some other things have been done to the
gymnasium.
Yes, we are getting ready to start the renovations on Foster. Now, Foster Hall is the oldest extant building on campus. And the first thing, second thing we're going to do is the roof. First thing, we're going to do some work to the foundation to stabilize, to make sure that it is steady and safe. Then we will replace the roof, and then we'll start on the first floor and work our way up. So we're looking to do that. The Lord has blessed us. We have good seed money. At least $1.5 million is available to us to start that work. We are in the midst right now of working on Pollard Hall. We've done a lot of work on Pollard Hall already, and we've shored the foundation. We've made it where that people who have who have disabilities can easily access the building. Now we're working on the flooring and work our way up to the first floor.
Now, which one is Pollard Hall?
Pollard Hall is the one that's across the street from the rest of the campus.
Right. When you got the fence around it now, and you're doing all
That's
that.
right.
And what is that going to be used for?
That's going to be and conference center.
Okay. Now, at one point, wasn't didn't the State Baptist Convention have an office?
Well, it served for 7 years as the headquarters.
Where are they located now?
They operate
Probably Birmingham, huh?
well, primarily in the Oklahoma area. That's where our current president is from.
Oh, okay.
So they still meet in Selma, but the headquarters, most of the mail is going to
wherever the president
whoever
is.
the president is.
So he's got a home office, huh?
Absolutely. That's a good way to say.
The work never stops.
Yeah. But the good news is this: we are creating a space in that building for the convention, to have an office. So he is available. He is in the area. He has a place that he can meet and he can work out of.
That's good. And so, and I guess, but I really hope that it's gotten across to the audience is, you can, $1 from each member of a Baptist church given to Selma University would do wonders. But just imagine if people gave over $1 a piece, financially, absolutely, Selma University. And so we really need to do that. Now, Foster Hall, when it's complete, what is it going to? What are you going to do there?
So Foster Hall was originally a women's
dormitory,
and so we're going to restore that to a dormitory. Now that's the second. It's a 3-story building, so the second and third floor will be with house females dormitory space. The first floor is going to be a conference center. We'll have a conference center and cyber cafe. So again, we'll have a space where the public can be a part of Selma University, and we're looking forward to that. And hopefully, you never can tell with building projects, especially old building projects, how fast and how slow they're going to go. But we're hoping that this time next year, a significant amount of work will have been done.
The home, that building is solid and it looks good, and it's been standing for a long time.
Amazingly, it's been standing for a long time. It does need to shore it up. And so we're going to have to do some foundational work and make sure that the structure remains solid.
Are those the original bricks?
Those are the original bricks.
Oh, man, see, people don't. So in other words, just out of slavery.
Yes.
And we got folks now that probably work in a fast food restaurant. Just out of slavery, African Americans built a building that still stands.
Yes, and that's important. We designed those buildings and built those buildings. And it was our people, especially our women, who raised the funds to erect those buildings. One of the unique things about Selma University is that our institution was started by African Americans and primarily supported by African Americans, and it's been that way all
since the beginning.
Yep.
Well,
Oh,
one of my great grandfathers um, became a blacksmith at Selma University. He
okay.
studied,
Wonderful.
yeah. And I know that there was one time a printing press
That's right.
and a printing operation. I believe
Yes.
Mr. Badcock ended up purchasing, started operating that. But none of those skills, the trades are not really. Well, Wallace, I guess, is now kind of filling that void. But you guys started like.
A lot of the things, in a way, Selma University began, although Tuskegee started a little after us. Um, uh, we patterned a lot of the things that we did on T. Washington. He was about making his own
I
bricks,
know that's right.
and so we did a lot of self-help stuff.
Hmm.
Don't
Don't say that too loud. Somebody might be offended by you saying help yourself.
well, sometimes people are, but that's what we are really about. We're training our students at Selma University so that we can be independent, not in a bad way, independent in the sense that we will have skills, we can go out and we can create business and create opportunities for our people, and we can pull back into our community so that we can have things. Booker T. Washington often said, "Hey, we want to do whatever we do to the best, so that people come to us rather than us having to go to them for everything."
Well, and that's why history is so important. Uh, Parallel, of course, as you know, to Booker T. Washington, W. Du Bois, but he wanted, they were his that upper middle, black middle class was saying we want to be a part of white society. We want it now. And Booker T. Washington said, if you make your own, if you're making your own, you got your own money. You don't have to worry that they'll be asking you to come in.
Absolutely.
You won't have to worry about being a part of upper class society because
Absolutely.
you arrive. But we don't. Some of us don't want to. The talented tenth has lost his way sometimes.
Yes.
And not giving back to the grassroots.
And that's what I think. I think both Du Bois and Washington had great
They had a
points.
point, right?
They had great points actually, and I agree to the point that it seems as though we've lost our way. I have a whole theology on that, a philosophy on that. I won't go into here, but it certainly seems like uh, I think here's what I say to keep it short. Our talented tenth have been heavily recruited away
From our community. Yes,
sir. And what people don't understand is that when you send your boys and girls away, it's okay for them to get it. And just know that it is a high chance that they will never return.
Right.
That they will become part of other cultures. They will assimilate into other cultures, and they will make a living in other places.
And won't give back because they're not around.
That's right. Many of them will never come back to live. That is,
right.
They may come back to family reunion or the business, but they won't come back to build the community. And many of them will not send resources.
I tell you, I've had conversations recently with a lot of local Selma residents, and we talked about the fact that from Marie Foster and First Avenue, all the way really over to Boynton Street, or was Lapsley Street in Selma University, all of that, all those historic neighborhoods, and all of the people, doctors, lawyers, teachers, and professors. I met Dr. Dinkins. I actually met Dr. Dinkins as he was, I guess he was still reading, and still talking about being wise. So the point is, history is here.
That's right.
So what are we doing?
And so we need to live here, to be strong, to be resilient, to have a work ethic that says that we can do our own. We don't wait on somebody to get something.
Mm.
Yes, we want to do to us. I'm not saying that I think we deserve that.
Right.
We deserve our share, our portion. We need people fighting for that.
Right.
But in the meantime, that's not something that we just sit around every day waiting on. But we have to be busy lifting ourselves and our community. Because you're right. Years ago, I would say just to the 50s, probably 60s, and I didn't live in Selma, but I know that many of the houses and the things that were built back that time, and they were nice. And this was before the civil rights movement had.
We weren't even thinking about it. We were too busy getting it together.
That was absolutely
You know?
right.
Yeah.
And the sad thing about it is that since that time, many of the structures have been dilapidated. And it would be one thing if everybody moved out of those, but some people still living in those. I'm not down to anybody. I'm just saying we can and we must have to do it. And that's what this summit is about. It's about us pulling in our people. So at Selma University, the only thing that I'm looking for are students who want to be there. And we can help you get to where you need to go.
Right.
But I can't take you and help you get to where you need to go if you don't want to be there.
Well, you know, I'm mindful. People, I don't know, nobody really talks about it, but it's something to really chew on. Is that the founder of Ebony Magazine and Jet, the premier African American media tool of the 20th century. He had to be a billionaire when he died. His wife was from Selma. She would bring the ebony fashion. She would. The ebony fashion pit typically was only in the top 10 cities. But she went out of her way to make sure Montgomery and Selma had that ebony fashion show. Her father was a doctor who lived in that very neighborhood we're talking about. That's the kind of potential Selma University
exactly
has.
Right. And just to let you know and see how she was thinking, she had to figure herself in. But even today, her legacy is still at Selma University. Selma University is one of the few HBCUs whose students can apply for the Eunice Walker Johnson Scholarship. Yes, it was set up. It was set up in her honor, in honor of her dad as well, who grandfather, I believe, who was president of Selma University. And so each year, several of our students are usually awarded the Eunice Walker Johnson Scholarship, and it's handled by the United Negro College Fund. But those are the type of things that help us to lift our people. So anyway, I don't want to go.
Well, that's what we need. I'm learning something myself because that's my mission. We need to tell our own story, the positive stuff. Tired of hearing about drugs, and prostitutes, and pimps, and killers, and all of those craziness. Lifting them up, glorifying violence.
That's right.
That's crazy.
And so, Randy, that's why because the stories just like that. Johnson Scholarship, and we have so many other positive stories that we need to tell. We need to make sure that our history and is properly interpreted, because people will rewrite your history.
Oh, look, I see it every day,
and they will, and whoever is doing the interpretation, telling the story, interpreting it
from their viewpoint.
Exactly.
So and I understand that. That's why I'm not offended by it. But the common sense tells me we need to be telling our own story. I'm not trying to tell you it's somebody else's story. You're not gonna listen nowhere.
Who knows your story?
I don't know. But anyway, that's why I love Selma University. So again, I know you got to get back over.
But I do want to invite the community again. We look forward to it. If you can't stay the whole time, just come out and be with us. We would love to have you. I believe, I can't promise you, but I certainly believe that if you do, that you will be inspired.
Thank you, Angion, what you do? How's your family, your daughters and your wife and everybody? How's everybody
Everybody's
doing?
doing
And
well.
you got a niece too. She's
Yes.
still over there?
Yes. Well, I have two nieces at Selma University.
Right.
For one, Jesserica, she graduated Miss Selma University 3 years ago.
Right.
She's now teaching elementary school at J.E. Hobbs Elementary School. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yes, she loves it very well.
Excellent.
She's at Selma University now, and she's doing very, very well. And then both my daughters, they have received their master's degrees,
Wow.
and they're both teaching in the Atlanta area, and so they're doing well. My wife, of course, she's been here in Selma. She continues to teach over at Edgewood, and she's enjoying it.
Oh, well, good. Oh, excellent. Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about, folks. I'm gonna lift people up like Dr. Angion and his wife. Y'all gonna forget about all that negative stuff.
Well, thank you so much for this time, Randy.
Yes,
thank
sir.
you to the viewers. And keep lifting up Selma University, because we're here for you, regardless of what you may hear or what you may think. We are really here for the community and surrounding area.
That's good. Thank you so much. And I'll see you over the next day or two at some point. Yes, sir. And we're going to take this break and catch our breath. We'll be back with more after these messages. All right. Yes, sir. Okay. Okay, yeah, I know y'all. You got a busy couple of days, and sound like you've had a busy week already. I got you.
Yesterday, so I got some guests that I need to go over here and meet and get them ready to go.
Okay, we're on YouTube and Facebook, so but yeah, I'll be over. If I can be able to help, just let me know. Yeah, I'll put some stuff up on the internet also. Yeah, that's good. Oh, I love that.
Well, we'll be in touch with.
Okay, that'll work. Yep. Yeah. Yes, sir. Here we go.
Alabama Vascular Specialist. Dr. Montgomery and Selma, 334-801-9952. Online at alabamavascularspecialist.com.
Is your business protected from cyber attacks, viruses, malware, or ransomware? How much would it cost for your business to be shut down for a couple of days if one of these attacks were to happen and you lost all of your customer and billing data? One of the worst cyber attacks right now is ransomware, which literally pulls all of your files from large ransom. And these attackers are wanting big money to unlock your files, from $5,000 to $10,000, and much more. These ransoms also have to be paid by Bitcoin, which is cryptocurrency, a very difficult task. And no, it's not. If you're not prepared, you could be looking at several days of lost time and wages, along with frustration for yourself, your employees, and your customers. With the right plan in place, the risk of business experiencing such an attack can be greatly minimized by protecting your network, computers, and servers, along with a comprehensive backup plan. Computer and data network services have the tools and the experience to tailored solution that best fits your needs. Call today for an appointment to discuss what we can do for you. Call 334-874-8324. 334-874-8324.
1490 WHBB. Good morning. On this Tuesday morning, October 21st, 2025. Now, before I move on to some of the other items, I know that if you've been listening to VIEWPOINT the last several years, I doubt as many days go by when you don't hear me complain about the criminal justice system re-releasing criminals, violent offenders, back into our community. And I had been saying, we don't have that problem locally. That's only in Chicago and New York and Baltimore, Philadelphia, LA, But now we have an example of what I'm talking about. And Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed and Police Chief James Grabois are expressing anger over the release of one of the 4 mass shooting suspects on bond. Now, I've asked district attorneys, I've asked judges, I've asked law enforcement people, what is the basis for bail? And under what circumstances do you deny bail or grant? And overwhelmingly, the answer has been for the last several decades. All the answers I've always gotten are what the two things they have to judge us to look at is, do you present a threat to the community if released, or are you a flight risk? Will you show up? Those are the two determining factors. Now, I don't know who this fourth suspect is um, in the mass shooting that took place in downtown. Maybe he doesn't have a record. Maybe this is not his MO. I hope that's the case. I hope that we don't find that this person that has been the fourth person accused of this shooting that killed two people and injured dozens other. I certainly hope it doesn't come out that he has a violent history or an arrest record. He's the fourth person that's been charged with capital murder, assault in the first degree, and assault in the second degree. And so he's 19 years old, and he's just been announced that he's been released on $60,000 bond, much to the frustration of the mayor and police chief. The good news is, I guarantee you this will be scrutinized by everybody, including the governor. The governor doesn't like this either, you know. And so when these kind of things happen, they affect the law, the legislation. Sometimes the laws can be used oppressively. But when they're real, all you got to do is enforce the laws that are already on the books. You just enforce the rule of, are you a threat to the community? And are you a flight risk? If somebody just enforce that. Isn't that common sense? Wouldn't that be enough? But then again, I'm an extremist, right? I'm too conservative. I don't see it like it is. I'm being concerned about the community safety. There's something wrong with me for being concerned about public safety. I'm sorry. That's not politically correct in some circles. Well, I'm not going to tell you what I think about that. I don't know if it's legal for me to say it on the radio. Viewpoint, you're on the air. Yes, sir. How are you? Doing fine. Doing fine. One day at a time. What's on your mind this morning? Yeah. Yeah, you know, and that's what it looks like. It looks like when that kind of stuff happens, it makes you, I don't want to, well, it makes you think about, is somebody being robbed, or is it somebody you know, or what's going on? Yeah. I've been here well financed and can get and can you know getting back home, can have mama back in your home. Well, I hope he doesn't hurt anybody else. But the only good news is they're going to mess around. This is going to get into the magnifying glass, and maybe we'll find out what in the world is really happening with our criminal justice system. If the judge can do this and it goes out there, it creates another like he's out on bond. Yeah, but they got it set up where you can't get rid of a judge. It probably may end up being a lifelong judge. No. You can get rid of a judge, right? Just saying one day you can get an attorney or a mayor or even a damn politician. But this is these damn criminals, they keep getting out on a little bit of bond and go back out there with the
same damn thing. If you do that the first time, you know, you'll have to like it a third or fourth time. So, I mean, if the guy goes one game, you time, what else is he do? That's what's going to come out. And it's just like them days, people can't talk about breaking his house. Then the day goes, then the day goes criminal by his parents, they want to sue him and take him for what? For taking his property, for taking his stuff? Well, if he hadn't shot him, he'd be alive. Well, if he hadn't shot him, my head, it ain't going to be around, nobody going to be dead. He had done just like he did. People have done that stupid. Plain and simple. They don't go. They ain't no ignorant. They can't back away. They can't see the money back in their face. Like you were saying, they got eyes, but you can't see. They got a mind, but you can't think. They got and it's just stupid.
I think you're absolutely right. We better wake. We better wake up. It's like the tail is wagging the dog. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know how. I don't know how how people are getting away with some of the things they're doing. You know, I don't get it. You know, it's crazy.
So much. But when somebody they know, or like the nephew or grandson or son goes out there, commits a crime, and you're not able to see that they ain't gonna click that, come out there and work him up a little bit. Oh, you get back to
Well, you just hit it right on the head. That's what the problem is. Evidently, somewhere along the line, that wasn't done with some of these guys who turned into thugs. Well, remember the psychiatrist, Dr. Spock, said you don't have to discipline a child. You don't need to beat them. That's when we start messing up. Oh. Yeah. Well, he's got the right name, Star Trek, Dr. Spock. You know, he's out of space. Wow. Wow. The Outer Limits? Or the Twilight Zone. It was one of them, Twilight Zone or Outer Limits.
And then you got Ford, Chevrolet, and Dodge making some of the sorriest cars and pickups you ever run in the ground. So we've been learning about it for the past 3 years. We don't anything about it.
But let me ask you this before we run out of time, because I've been watching this thing, and I know black and white people who I mean, how can you in a democratic republic with three branches of government and checks and balances even think about calling President Trump a king? Do they know what the word king means and what a king does?
No. I don't know about who can really do the politicians are.
Anything to get attention, and the proper way to raise money or to keep people's attention off of the real issues like releasing violent criminals back on the streets.
Remember the whole way they think so he came out and found out later on another thing. These millions. We only got down to but every ain't no time he come out by here with a police officer, right on back, no somebody. And the injured guy could be like, by going out there doing a crime. What did you do? I don't know, raising all kind of money. And work, black family.
Well, we may wake up, people get mad, but they forget that one or two of the founders of Black Lives Matter was proven to have stolen a couple of $1 million and were living in mansions, that benefited and that came from the money raised from people who supported them financially. They were stealing the money. That's been proven.
When we came to California,
Can we all just get along?
We see the black man. We go for alcohol. What I did here, got what, 6? What about what, 3, damn near 400 pounds? You probably about half a dozen ain't no cost I had beat the hell out of him. Well, I don't know about it, but I mean, hell, if I'm out there on the dang on highway, acting stupid and drunk, and the cop pulled me over, we'll create a dang on problem. Can show out. See that two things? There's somebody hit me with a dang on right to hell now.
Yeah, but that's not newsworthy though. You getting beat up is not newsworthy. So a lot of this stuff is fueled by the media, I gotta get ready to take this last break. Let me let you make your closing remark. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's take this break. We're on YouTube, by the way. We are broadcasting live on YouTube now in the Facebook page. The Selma Post Herald has the link to. All you have to do is click the link, and it'll bring you right to the live feed of YouTube.
Every time you buy a pet product from your favorite store or restaurant, you help schools and organizations right here in our community. The County of Selma continues to serve the Dallas area, Cox Marengo, and parts of Clark County, and many of the area schools and nonprofit organizations benefit from Pepsi's community support. Pepsi Selma always takes the lead to offer promotional discounts at many of our area retailers. So quench that thirst, save money, and help the community.
Congratulations to Peak Insurance, recently voted the best insurance agency in the Selma Journal Reader's Choice Awards, and a big round of applause for Warren Adams, named Best Customer Service Representative. You put Simpson.
I want to take a moment to say something very thank you. Thank you to our customers who continue to trust us with your after your confidence in everything to us. Not only Peak Insurance. we're proud to be the locally owned independent insurance agency in Dallas. From helping you choose the right coverage to standing by your side if you ever have a claim. We represent many great insurance companies, but we work for you. We're also honored to be the exclusive representative of all owners insurance in Dallas County, with many other top-rated carriers. So once again, from all of us here at Peak Insurance, thank you for your loyalty and thank you for your confidence. Stop by and see us at 1003 Broad Street in Selma. Call today or visit Peak Insurance. Peak coverage, peak service, Peak Insurance.
We're very popular and reliable Chevrolet and GMC. Now, Chevy folks say they do see football season. And we're right in the middle of football season. So come on down, folks. If you're getting ready to head out to a high school game or a college game, or maybe even a NFL game, we have got to rise for you from something in good gas mileage, big Tahoes and Yukons, some Suburbans and Yukon XLs, or you might want to go in a pickup truck. We got you covered there too. So what are you looking for when it comes to traveling? We can fix you up in a brand new Chevrolet here on the lot, ready to go, ready for you to come in and take out the one that you want to drive today. Of course, you're not going to let anybody beat the deal that's offered here at We've got to come. We'll put in all the information and it'll spit out the possibility. That's right, George. We're not going to sit here and talk about you saving tens, 20, or thousands of dollars. We're going to say, hey, come in, sit down with us, pick out the unit that you want. We're going to put your zip code and the unit that you choose. We're going to let your computer show you all the different choices that you have and saving right here at Reliable Chevrolet GMC. And don't forget about the great selection of pre-owned automobiles. Great selection of makes and models and price ranges for you to come out and look at. All service and ready to go. We can do the financing for you, set up with all the major banks and credit unions, and of course, GM Financial. We can have it all. As I say all the time, we're a one-stop shop. Reliable Chevrolet and GMC. Lawrence Street, downtown. So my phone number 872-2337, or check us out on our website at reliablegmc.com.
There are only 4 stations and blue stations that not have one of them. At Selma Doctor's Clinic, we are here to help keep you safe during the flu season. We're offering flu shots daily from 8 to 9 each morning and 1 to 2 each afternoon. Call us today at 874-9064 to make an appointment for that annual flu shot. Selma Doctor's Clinic is located in 509 Parkland Avenue in the beautiful historical district in Selma. We have Dr. Clark Chittum Sr., Dr. Clark Chittum II, Dr. Daniel Crawford, and our practice emeritus, Ms. Weiser. Call us today at 874-9064 to schedule an appointment for your flu shot. And remember that walk-ins are always
1490 WHBB. I was going to play the some of the press conference from the Atlanta situation, but we're just about out of time. And instead, I want to remind you about a couple of things coming up. Oh, I did Sunday. I was at the unveiling of the portrait of Quentin and family. And the portrait was when she was younger, her and her husband, and Bruce, when he was younger, along with his wife, Betty. And I'll share some of the comments that were made, especially Mrs. Remberly. She just another jewel in our community. And I don't know if she gets enough credit or not for it was her brainchild, that has created so much that has documented the history of Selma. And so I'll share that with you either Thursday or Friday, get into some of that. Tomorrow, I believe, well, I haven't confirmed it, but I have scheduled Alan Martin and Ronald Peoples to come by and talk about the Magic City Classic pep rally that will be at the Elks Lodge on Thursday, because the Magic City Classic is going to be this Saturday in Birmingham. Also, tomorrow, at the convention center, we've got a special recognition that is going to take place at the convention center. And this is to honor Selma Mayor James Perkins Jr. And, Mayor Perkins is the first African-American mayor of Selma. And, give me my flowers when I'm alive, right? Let's not wait until somebody passes away and then talk good about them. That defeats the purpose, but, nobody's perfect, but hey, but I think that from a historic standpoint, I think that's appropriate. It's called a historic legacy of a service for Mayor James Perkins Jr. tomorrow at 10 a.m. at the Convention Center. The guest speaker, the Honorable keynote speakers, the Honorable Helena Bell. We got about a minute, call it. Okay, that call is gone. And so I intend to cover it. That's tomorrow. And like I said, Friday, and Tuskegee. Tuskegee University has got a real special program coming up. We'll have one of the professors involved in that project to talk to us about that on Friday as well. I got to give you some more heads up on that. It's a lot of good things. And as far as Selma University is concerned, like I say, people, thank God. I'm glad the Lord has given me privilege to the history and so much of the knowledge of our city and county and area in the Black Belt. So I can't be easily deceived. I'm like Booker T. Washington, the statue where he's pulling off the veil of ignorance. We need to pull that veil further back, because ignorance and anger and that evil spirit running rampant. It's out of control. You have yourself a safe and enjoyable day. Stay tuned for Fox News. Next, it's 9 o'clock.
Where they the last 15 hospitals.